So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victor Akpan, and I'm here today to talk to you guys about Tab, the behavioral IOU platform. Um, at its core, I'd say Tab exists for one reason and one reason only. Um, as Thank you very much. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. At its core, I'd say Tab exists for one reason and one reason only. It's based on the ethos that informal debts shouldn't fracture relationships. Whether it's 2,000 or $20. The problem isn't necessarily the money, but more so the human dynamics behind it. So when we look at the numbers, roughly 800 billion is borrowed from friends and family annually. And out of this 800 billion, 50% goes unpaid on a yearly basis. And this is in the United States alone. And this is a disconnect here. This is a disconnect that shows that there's a bigger problem behind this, a bigger problem that's affecting the economic and social aspects of our lives, of millions of lives, and everyday relationships. So I'd say informal IOUs, they're broken for three core reasons. One is a lack of structure, where nearly 79% of IOUs are verbal agreements with no written terms or expectations. That's just social, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Two, a lack of funds. Most avoided repayments are not malicious, where 71% of individuals, they list the fact that they're able to not repay these payments as just having a lack of funds at the moment. And lastly, an exploitation of goodwill, where ultimately one in three of these agreements, they end in tension or distance or a strained relationship. And it happens not just because people don't care. This kind of leads these givers, as I call them, um, it leads them to feel a certain type of way. Some feel undervalued, some feel defeated. And I had a conversation with these two individuals, and they gave me some really introspective insights on this problem, where one individual said that sometimes they just have to resort to bartering to get some sort of value back. And another said they had to just end up gifting whatever they gave out just to preserve said relationship. And this sentiment is echoed every day, where individuals, some of these are pretty funny if you guys would like to take a look, but individuals just speak on the different aspects of this problem, and how they're basically coping with it. So to remedy this, we are introducing TAB, which is an AI-enhanced behavioral fintech platform that eliminates the emotional, social, and logistic frictions of IOU. And it's not just a tool, it's a relationship preservation system, with behavioral science and AI at its core, and essentially evolves with your financial habits over time. So how does this product works? It's very easy, actually. First and foremost, we onboard our users and they connect their financial accounts. This allows our agents to understand their financial behaviors and financial context. Next, whoever is owed money creates and send an IOU to the individual that owes them that money, which which once is sent out and then accepted by that other individual, repayment is then kicked off. And this is where it kind of is somewhat special, where TAB uses agent to agent negotiation to determine repayment terms that are best for both individuals, that are based on both individuals' financial context and financial behaviors. We're launching TAB with college students because these individuals show very high unmet needs. as 60% said that they owe their friends or family money, and the average amount owed from a giver's perspective in this market is roughly $300. And we initially planned to start with the Ivies in New York to kind of build up that network effect and then branch out. So we only make money when our customers win. Our early model is a transaction-based model that is aligned only when value is delivered to these customers, where we take roughly 3% of the funds we help to these givers recover, as well as just a standard 1.5% of an instant bank wallet to bank transfer fee that's collected from whenever these individuals would like to instantly transfer that money from their wallets to their bank accounts. Looking at our financial projections, we anticipate a break even in year two with a 23% profit margin by year three. Because this is a high volume and low friction model, as IOUs are everywhere, as we saw earlier. So this problem is not necessarily just limited to students. It's a very universal problem. And we plan on expanding past this target segment to then serve anyone who has this issue, this informal IOU issue, and allow them to basically just manage their informal debts the human way with clarity, accountability, and fairness. And what we're asking for is $1 million in investment, where 20% will go to compliance and partnerships, 60% goes to personal and a continued product development, and lastly, 20% of that goes to market. And we believe that with this investment, we can achieve a compound annual growth rate of 145% over the next 3 years. So like I said earlier, my name is Victor Akpan. I'm a software engineer and product manager by trade who's worked at companies like Google, Apple, Uber, Rivian, Splunk. Um, and I'd love for you guys to maybe tap in if you guys are definitely interested in just this product itself. And I'm open for questions. Where's the demo? Oh, I somewhat broke the demo, so I can't show that right now. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Mhm.
Who comes to? Is it me who wants my money back from my brother, or my brother saying, "Hey, I need to pay me back"?
Yeah, so you who want your money back, you have a lot of intent, right? These individuals are individuals who are tired of chasing that money that's owed. They're tired of the awkwardness that comes with it and the potential strain in relationships that come with it. So you as the individual who's owed that money, you come to us, you send that IOU to your friend, and then our agents that understand your financial context and your friend's financial context, then figure out what best repayment works for both parties.
Do you have any research that my brother would be more pissed at me than I have with him if I get my
It's not necessarily,
pissed?
yeah, it's not necessarily you calling me. This is more so just us acting as a facilitator. So we don't do anything that is not outside of your behalf, right? You're in the individual that's going out of your way to kind of make this first move, right? Because you've asked over and over again and it hasn't really got you anywhere in the past couple of months. So you come to us on our technology, understanding both of you guys' context in the financial sense, it's able to then best understand how to facilitate something that makes it easy to get that money back on your behalf.
Excellent. Go ahead, Paul. Do you ever think going the other way before you have this problem to be the intermediary between me and my brother? Brother says he wants to borrow $100. I said, well, I'm not just gonna give you the $100. Let's go to your company and mitigate.
Yeah, that's something that we potentially see tackling in the future. But as far as the problem that is immediate right now, there are a lot of outstanding debts between friends and family right now. So we see this as the immediate problem. If we can solve this, then we know for a fact and we can also solve for that other problem too.
Thank you.
You solve for the imbalance of people are owed money who want to be on this app. If it is a people who are debtors are not going to want to be on this app. You're talking about existing debt. So how do you get motivate them? You know,
So I would say, being that, okay, once you send these IOUs to these individuals, they understand that they do have to maybe go through this platform just to facilitate that, right? I would say that might be able to get them over the hump initially. They don't necessarily have to be on the platform 24/7. It's just something where it's like almost a set or forget. They either choose to accept the terms of that are set or they choose not to. And once they do, it's like a set or forget thing that then is automatically processed behind the scenes, and it's not necessarily anything they need to do on their behalf. So I understand what you're saying, where there's an imbalance for me as the individual who's owed. I'm on the app maybe 24/7 trying to situate that. But as the individual who is the ower, you don't really have to do too much on your side of things to basically interface with the app for it to still work as need be.
All right, thank you, Victor. We're open time. Let's take a look.
good job identifying a very inefficient market. Customer acquisition cost is probably my number one question. How you find your way in the middle of all of those microtransactions?
Yeah. When you say microtransactions, are you talking about more so the transfers?
Yeah, customer acquisition costs. I would say it's similar to the others that talked about here. How do you find yourself at that? How do they find you at that moment of time?
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say the way we plan on initially getting customers, maybe at first going to these universities with some sort of maybe guerrilla marketing where we're right there front and center talking to these individuals about the problem that they have right now. And through that, maybe tapping into some sort of network effects where, our customers essentially become the champions of our product where, okay, they're owed money, they want that money back, and they see us as the individuals to get that money back. So then they're able to bring on those friends that do owe them money, and it kind of becomes this broader network effect type thing, at least initially. And then going forward, when we start doing ads and whatnot, we could then start worrying about maybe more details when it comes to like ads and costs when it comes to that too.